The Visa Bulletin moved quite a few months this month of October, so I know a lot of you are probably rushing with your adjustment of status and are looking for some guidance while getting your packets ready. If you want to learn how to file the main form for your green card application, the I-485 form, stay tuned. Hi again, my international hardworking friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go over the I-485 form. So if you don't have any criminal records and are an F1, J1, H1B, or any dependent of these statuses, and have a pretty straightforward case, you're not TPS, refugee, or in asylum, then you don't really need a lawyer to file your AOS, you just need some guidance. So let's get started. First things first, you need to make sure you have the most updated version of the form from USCIS directly. So go on Google really quick and write on the search bar I-485 form USCIS, and the first option that shows up should be the right one. So here you can find the form and instructions. You click on the form and check on top the expiration date. This one says 31 of October 2027. So this is the one that you're looking for. Now download it, and I recommend you use a computer to type in black font, but if you want to write manually on it, make sure it's eligible and you do it with black ink. Now I assume you have your EB2 NIW approved and you're applying based on employment, but if you're in the marriage or family-based category, most of these tips might still help you, but just know that this is EB2 NIW focused. So part 1 asks about your name, date of birth, alien number. And for this number, if you have ever had an EAD card, you can find that number there, or you might have been assigned one when you received your I-140 approval notice, so you can find it at the top of that paper notification. That A number you're going to write on question 4 of part 1, but also on top of every single page of your form. And then comes the questions of your place of birth, city and country of birth, and country of nationality. So if there's any question where you have more than one answer, so for example, if you have dual citizenship and you only have the option to write one answer, you can go to the last page of this form on page 24 on part 14 in the additional information sections. All forms have this option, by the way. And you just write the page number, part, and item or question number, and you can write any additional answers you would like to add pertaining to that question. So here, if you have dual citizenship, you write page 2, part 1, question or item number 8. You can write here, I have dual citizenship, let's say for example, Mexican and Italian. Now for the USCIS online account number, if you have a USCIS account from previous cases you've had, then you just type USCIS account login on Google and choose the first option again, sign in with your credentials. You can also create an account if you want. Then go to view profile and you'll see a box with your full name, date of birth, aid number, and USCIS online account number. Use that number for your form. If you don't have a number, don't worry, you can also leave it blank. It shouldn't be a problem. Now come the questions on your immigration history. For these ones, you should retrieve the information from your I-94 online from this website that I'm adding over here, and then choose the option at the top of the page, your recent I-94, I-95 to view your own I-94 info. Then comes your addresses. You should collect the addresses from the last 5 years, all of them. Write your current one first, then your prior one, then your most recent foreign address, and any other prior addresses you have, you can include it in the last page for the additional information part. Then for part 2, include the receipt number of your I-140 approval notice, and mark if this is for you as a principal applicant or any of your derivatives. Remember, if you're filing AOS for yourself and derivatives, you need to fill out a form for each of your dependents as well. Then write your name again as a principal applicant. Then for question 3, you should go to 3B, employment base, and mark an alien applying for national interest waiver. Then, unless you fall under any of these categories of asylum, refugees, or human trafficking victim, you can mark none of those exceptions apply to you. In part 4, if this is the first time you are applying for a green card, you shouldn't write anything here. And for the employment and education history, it's similar to the addresses part. Write first your current employment, school, or if you're unemployed, then the address and dates of attendance or of employment, then your previous job or school, and then on the last page of the form, the additional information section, include any other schools or jobs you've had in the last 5 years. be through. Even if they were short in time, you should include this in the additional information part. Then comes information about your parents, which should be straightforward to fill out. Now for part 6, on information about your marital history, mark your marital status. Then write in numbers the number of times you've been married, including the current one if you are. So if you're single and never have been married, you would write a 0. If you're married now and it's your first and only marriage, or if you're divorced and only married once, you would write a 1, and so on. Now below, write the name, date of birth, and address of your spouse if you have any. If you have never been married, you can leave all of this blank after you write number 0 on top. And if you've only been married once, you can leave the information about prior marriages empty. And fill out if you've been married more than once. You can also use the last page for additional information if you need more space. Now, you're going to follow the same process for number of children. Writing numbers, how many children you have, write 0 if you don't have any kids, and leave everything else blank or fill out as needed. Mark the biographic information and include any organization you've been part of, either socially, your work, or in academics. Then all of the list of questions are to see if there's any inadmissibility grounds. Be truthful here. And if there are any questions where their answer is yes, explain further in the additional information section on page 24. Maybe you got a visa denied at one point or got stopped by the police, nothing serious. So you can just briefly explain it on the last page and leave it there, unless of course it's something a bit more serious and you have to provide further information or evidence. Then finally on page 19, mark size of household, income, assets, your highest degree of education, and please do not forget to include a list of certifications or skills. This is useful for USCIS so they know you have skills that that can lead you to obtain a job without issue rather than become a public charge. Sometimes people find it hard to come up with answers here, so you can go on your resume and include your skills and certifications from there. I also always suggest people to go on to just ChatGPT and ask something like, for example, if I'm studying accounting and worked as a research assistant and as a server at my school in a restaurant, what would a list of my skills be, including work, school, and coursework? Something like that, and then ChatGPT will give you a very nice list of your skills that you can easily write onto this question. Well, this was all for today. I hope today's video was very useful for you while you're working on your adjustment of status application. If you have any doubts or further questions about this or any other form about your AOS package, you can book a 1-hour session with me using this link where you'll find instructions of payment and booking. You can also email me at info@easyvisaconsultant.com if you're interested in any other service. Good luck and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.